I didn't hit rock bottom. I didn't have a tragic backstory or some epic failure that made everything snap. I just started noticing that I was stuck. Days felt the same. My goals were always starting tomorrow. And honestly, I didn't hate my life, but I wasn't proud of it either. And that's a weird kind of suffering, and it is, because it's not dramatic enough for people to notice. You're not falling apart. You're just fading. You laugh at memes. You get your tasks done, kind of. You say, I'm fine, because technically you are. But underneath it, there's this quiet voice. Not a scream, not even a whisper. Just a weight. A feeling that you're capable of more. But you don't even know what more looks like anymore. That feeling, that's the weird kind of suffering I lived with for years. Not broken enough to fall, not driven enough to fly. I kept myself busy, told myself I was being realistic. But the truth was, I was afraid that if I really tried, I'd fail anyway. So I stayed in the safe zone, productive enough to feel okay, but never pushing hard enough to actually change. It's the kind of stuck that creeps in slowly, where you keep making plans, but never follow through. You start thinking you're lazy, unmotivated, maybe broken? I remember waking up one day and just sitting on the edge of my bed and thinking, is this it? I had stuff to do. I even had goals I believed in. But for some reason, none of them felt real. Like I was waiting for something to change me before I could change anything. And then one day, not in a movie moment, not in some life-changing TED Talk, just in the middle of a completely regular day, I had a thought. I am in control. I'd heard stuff like that before. We all have. Take responsibility. Own your life. Whatever. But this time, it hit different. It wasn't a motivational quote. It was a realization that I was the one deciding whether I kept scrolling or got up, whether I blamed the day or built something inside it. Up until that moment, I kept waiting for a better routine to appear, waiting to feel like it, waiting for someone to push me. But this thought, I am in control, flipped the story. It told me, no one's coming. That was scary, but weirdly, also freeing. Because if no one else is in charge, that means I can be. At first, I didn't feel powerful. I didn't suddenly become ultra productive. But I did something small. I put my shoes on and walked around the block. I said no to something that didn't align. And the next day, I did it again. The thought didn't give me confidence. It gave me permission. Permission to show up, imperfectly, to move, even when I didn't know the full plan. I started noticing this pattern in other people too. J.K. Rowling, she didn't wait for approval. She wrote on scraps of paper when everything around her said, give up. Jim Carrey, same thing. He wrote himself a check, didn't cash it, didn't need to. He just needed a symbol that he was allowed to believe in something bigger. They weren't magical. They were just in control of what they did next. That one simple thought didn't make me rich. It didn't make me fearless. But it got me out of the loop. I started finishing things I used to abandon. Started saying no to stuff that used to control me. Started feeling like I had momentum again. And that's when life starts changing. Quietly. Not in one day, but in one direction. And it all started with, I am in control. If that landed, if you felt that, then you're probably the kind of person I'm making this for. I don't do hype. I don't do shortcuts. Just real stuff. So if you want more of that, subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me the thought that you keep coming back to. Because this is more than a video, it's a conversation, and I want you in it. If you're stuck, I get it. And you don't need a perfect morning routine or some big master plan. You just need one moment, One clear thought to shift. So try it. Say it out loud. Whisper it if you need to. I am in control. And prove it, just a little, with what you do today. If this hit you, there's more where that came from. I don't make hype, I make honesty. And maybe that's what you've been needing too. Stick around. Let's build something better, one shift at a time. Thank you.